What's up, America's Next Top Podcaster? Few contestants left standing. It's week 8, and it's live interview guest week. Did I say that right? You're a guest on the show, and you're doing it live, and you can't make mistakes. And I was trying to translate that into my head for what that would mean for a cocktail. And that kind of took me some time to noodle around. And what I came up with was the Ramos Gin Fizz cocktail, which is a very, it's a classic cocktail. It is generally considered labor intensive. And it's one of those things kind of like a mojito. And I think I might have mentioned this before. It's one of those ones that bartenders will kind of look at you sideways, depending on the establishment you go into, if you ask them to make it. It's not the most difficult cocktail, I would say. It's not in, it's not that many ingredients, but it does involve an egg white, which means extra shaking and getting an egg white. Some places I've worked at will have a whole bin of pre-separated egg whites. So you just kind of bloop, you see a big chunk fall out of egg whitey stuff. And okay, that's about one egg white, and then you'll use that. Done that before. But in thinking about live, where you can't make a mistake, you have to be prepared. And what I would often do is just have an egg and separate it in front of the person. That can go wrong, much like a live interview where you're just hopefully prepared, but also in a conversational tone and talking to someone and hoping you're doing everything right. With that in mind, let's go ahead and make the Ramos Gin Fizz. I think I said Ramos, it's Ramos. So this is from the Sazerac bar. Initially served at the Sazerac bar in New Orleans, Louisiana, the same place that invented the whiskey Sazerac. And I don't know if it's the same bartender, but there was a guy that went by Carl Ramos. Charles, I think was his first name. So we're going to crack this open. Right, because that's softer wood. There we go. I like to crack it on the side. Give a little pull back there, and then we're going to separate it on the eggshell. Try to hold it up so you can see me doing my magic. So this gets shaken in 2 steps. First, what's called a dry shake, or basically a shake without ice. I've seen this recipe listed a few different ways. Come on there, little guy. Bam, there we go. As far as whether or not it is, if you throw like all your ingredients in first, or if you didn't bring a towel, I'm gonna wash this flannel. Or if you add something in with the ice. I like to add my gin with the ice and shake the rest of my ingredients first. So besides an egg white that we just added, I'm going to add a ½ ounce of both lemon and lime. I pre-squeezed mine into both. So basically we're gonna do 1 full ounce of lemon and lime juice. That's going to help cook the egg white. We're going to basically be making like a creamy ceviche. Delicious. So we've got our lemon and lime juice, our egg whites, and do a ½ ounce of simple syrup. Also like borderline making meringue. Our simple syrup. Our ½ ounce of cream. Another part of this is when you're shaking it, that cream gets so frothy that can make a real mess. So a lot of places I work, you're wearing black shirts and you just splotches of white as you're shaking it. You can go crazy. Oh, there's my live mistake. Spilled my orange flower water. Oh well, show must go on. Normally is like 3 dashes of orange flower water. You can also use about a capful. Since this one doesn't have a dauber on it, capful. So it's going to be a little extra or a little more than 3 ounces. Oh, well, it'll be just fine. So flower water, lemon and lime juice or citrus juices, cream, simple syrup. I'm going to add my gin after my dry shake, partly just because I know this is going to foam up a lot. I don't normally use the shaker when I'm like working at a bar, but I like it because it seals a bit better, which is also why I don't like to use it live in a bar. But since I don't really want to get that messy on camera, and since I already spilled, ooh, yep. So it's already it's foaming up so much it's actually pressing this cap out. But you also you just really want to make sure these ingredients get well combined. You want the mouthiness of the egg white, but you don't really want to be getting this initial sludgy, slimy texture of the egg whites in there. Let's just sop up some of that orange flower water. There we go. This is leaking back just a little bit. There we go. Ooh, yep, already spurged out a little bit there. All right, now we're going to add 2 ounces of gin. There we go. And our ice. It's going to make some noise. Sorry, microphone. When this cocktail was first created, they said this had to be shaken between 12 and 15 minutes. We're not going to do all that. And you have to shake it for about a full minute. I've seen as low as 25 seconds. So we'll kind of go in there. Karen, you do want it to really get agitated and mixed because you get a more frothy mixture, which is part of the fun of the drink. So we're going to do that again. Here we go. Hold that nice and tight and shake. Oh. So cold. So cold. Cold. There we go. That's actually cold enough and frosty enough. The t-shirt I grabbed that was sitting off to the side is stuck to it. Check that out. That is cold. That is nice and frothy cold. So from here, we will strain it into our serving glass. Normally this would be on a tall, thin glass, a Collins glass. I just grabbed a spare stemless red wine glass, which will be fine. Woo. Yeah, that's about right. So this gets topped with soda water, which will make this lighter as far as the texture of the mixture, but also adds a really nice foamy head to the top because it's really going to fuzz up when it hits this mixture here. Bam. There we go. All right, into the top there. It might be whiting out on the screen a little bit, but there's a nice little dome of foam on the top. Garnish with an orange slice. Now, if anyone's ever had an orange Julius, and I realize those are becoming less prevalent, as I've mentioned that in bars as a point of reference, and pretty much you have to, seems like be over 30 or just from the West to get that flavor reference. But that's kind of what this tastes like. This is a sort of a frothy orange Julius. Yeah, nice, light, citrusy, a little creamy, just a little bit more mouthfeel. Otherwise, this would be like a watery gin cocktail, just not much else to it. But the cream and the egg white really actually add some nice texture to it. That's a Ramos Gin Fizz. Yeah. So I still did the egg white right, still managed to screw up the orange flower water, which I'm going to have to mop up as soon as I'm done recording this. But just want to say thank you for letting me make more cocktails. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great week and you're doing all you can to make excellent podcasts and have fun while doing it. Take care of each other. Love you all. I'll see you later.